coming right in hot, baby. What's going on, everybody? And thank you because you have just tuned in to Real Last on Real Radio 104.1. I am your host, Mr. James John, and we are your nightcap of comedy. That's right. If you guys are not following us on social media, I need you to stop what you're doing right now because we're about to ruin radio as you know it. I need y'all to go to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and like, subscribe, comment, and share the hilarity so we can keep this going for another 10 years. As always, I am joined in the virtual studio with my good friend, my brother, from another mother, if you will, Miguel Cologne. Don't forget the junior because he knows who his daddy is. And also our official sponsor of this show, Mr. Kaufman and Lynn. That's right. They are your personal injury attorneys. They've been representing and winning for the good people of Orlando for over 20 years. For more information, go to whenyouneedus.com. I'm talking to the one, the only, the layered, if you will, tonight, Mr. Jeff, the Batman Kaufman. Jeff, what you got on right now, sir?
I'm wearing my Super X Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
Ooh.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a company out of Vegas who makes these high-end superhero jackets.
Okay.
And they're like, I can't even describe the material, but it would be superhero material.
Superhero material.
So they're cozy. So
made out of wishes and dreams. Superhero material. I like it. I like
it's asbestos.
Yeah. Hey, everyone's got to go.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to go.
All right, I got to do this because I got to make an announcement, guys. I got to do some congratulations because I live with a lot of New York transplants. So I've got to say congratulations to the New York Knicks. Got to congratulate them. And here's what's going to happen. So y'all know out there who may not know what this means. This is a ripple effect. That means that New Yorkers now can be extra New York for the next 10 years. What I mean by that is you will not be able to tell them nothing about any sports for the rest of their lives because the Knicks have won another championship. It's
the first championship in 53 years,
53
guys.
years.
Yes.
So yeah,
53 years. 73, baby.
So if you
I'm
work
okay
at
with
like,
that. I'm okay with it.
If you work at like a restaurant, like let's say you work at a TGI Fridays, they're gonna come in there extra New York. They're gonna come in there smacking people like, hey, throw him in the bathroom. He ain't a Knicks fan. They're going to be doing extra stuff, man. So be prepared. If you go to a Dunkin' Donuts, everything does not run on Dunkin' when they're in there, okay? Everything runs off the New York Knicks. So be ready because you can't tell them anything. They're going to be unbearable for the next 10 years, man. Oh, my God.
Listen, it's okay. They can wear their jerseys and their hats and, do it up. And I'm happy for them. For what it costs to go to those games, hey, they paid their costs. So good.
Well, I did hear, and this is a rumor because I don't know. I just heard the social media rumor mill, if you will. The finals, the courtside seats were going for $100,000 is what I heard for one game. $100,000.
They raffled two off for $500,000 each.
So, oh my gosh. Oh. It makes me itch.
Or what we call the SpaceX money they earned on Thursday.
Bro, think about what you're saying. Hey, man, I could buy a neighborhood or I could go to a Knicks game. What we doing?
It's 2026. I could fill my car up or I could go to a Knicks game. I could put a down payment on a 2-1 house or I could go to a Knicks game. Oh, no, in Orlando, in New York. I could put a down payment on a 1-1 walk-up apartment in the Bronx.
Damn.
Yeah, $500,000, man.
But it's 300 square feet. That's
yeah,
300 square feet.
100,000 for floor side for a Knicks championship. And this is what I'm gonna tell you, it's not a lot. This is why it's not a lot. It's a lot for me. But it's not a lot for the status of the people who have the money in New York.
Correct.
Who may care about the Knicks, who may care more about being seen at the Knicks game, who may care more about being at that moment. Because it'd be like, honestly, like if it was $100,000 in Indiana to sit floor side and watch the Pacers, I would be like, where did they come up with that money? But this is like it's $500,000 to watch a boxing match in Moscow, and I'm like, oh, they brought a tuna in and we're like, I'll trade this. Yeah, some caviar.
Yeah. You're right.
The amount of money in New York, $100,000 floor seats, doesn't pan out the same as, like I said, when you go to like you watching the Bucks play in Milwaukee or something, So I mean, if you think about it too, man, there's people like Spike Lee who one
always
have the
there.
money but care.
Yes.
You know, Spike's in there in
Yeah.
the 90s when the Pacers and the Bulls were shutting them out every time.
Correct.
Spike
Correct.
cares. But then you got guys and girls who you know have the money and understand the social aspect of this.
Correct.
You know, I'm sitting floor side when the Knicks win. I tell you what, it wasn't $100,000 if the games would have been in San Antonio.
Nah,
it wouldn't be $100,000 floor seat game in
not
San
same money.
Antonio.
Nope. And you're right, Miguel, because you just reminded me something when it comes to Spike Lee. Spike Lee skipped the Oscars to go to a Knicks game. Remember that?
Yeah,
He didn't go to the
man.
Oscars. He went to a Knicks game.
I would skip those two, though. I mean,
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
straightforward
100%.
with you. That's 6
I'd skip
hours
the
of just
Oscars to go
of
to a-
sitting there going,
Yeah, I'd go to a Pirates game with Jeff over the Oscars, and I would wild out.
yeah.
I would wild out.
And the Oscar goes too.
And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this is an intense, fast-paced game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast with Peanuts, watching them throw 50-yard bombs the whole time.
Yes.
Now, I tell you this, what is interesting side fact that I found out. I found out this is not necessarily do with the Knicks, has more to do with the Garden. I found out there are people that buy floor seats to the Liberty just so they could say, I sat floor seat at the Garden. I was talking to a guy about this, and he was like, there's a lot of people who are like, hey, that have always wanted to sit floor at the Garden. And so they buy Liberty floor seats for, you know, tens and tens of dollars. And
I knew it.
$1.
I knew it.
But yeah, but then, yeah.
I think we lost Miguel for a second.
I want to
Right.
bring something up that's crazy.
That's horrible.
I want to bring something up that's crazy.
Mhm.
I was talking with David Jolly, and we were at our show in Jacksonville, and we were hanging out there with Bobby Brown, the comic from Jacksonville, and a couple of the Jacksonville comics.
Yeah.
And they said, Jolly, what was it like when you performed at Madison Square Garden? And Jolly had the most humbling but hilarious answer. He said it was amazing, but you know, I only performed there once. I said, yeah, Jolly, so did the Beatles. You know, I only performed there once.
Yep.
You know,
Do you know that there are performers, there are entertainers, there are just people who that's what they do for a living. They're dying for one shot to be at Madison Square Garden. That is their lifelong dream, to be on that special stage. And he's like, well, I was only there once.
Kill Tony sold out 2 shows in Madison Square Garden in 15
Jesus.
minutes.
It's something on your resume to say, I sold out the Garden.
Well, let me ask you that what we're talking about it, guys. There
Yeah.
are some things that matter more than like the payout. And I'll start with a low one.
Yes.
A small one for me is Dr. Phillips Center. I
Yes.
want to perform in our
Yes.
Dr. Phillips Center. And that's one that, hey, listen, if anybody's listening, no, I'll only do it for a lot of money. But to be honest, man, I'll do Dr. Phillips Center for like nickels, you know, man. I just want to be there.
But for real,
One of the
that
ones
many
for
people.
Jeff, one of the ones for me when I first started comedy, and it was not just that, it's just because of what it is to this city. You know, I like our city. I really like our city. Our city matters to me and things. And to be a part of that matters to me. One, Jeff, that was when I first started comedy that was small was the amphitheater in Lake Eola.
Yeah.
I remember I got to perform a show there. It was a Caribbean festival. And I walked home with my $50 cash with this ear-to-ear smile like I had made it. Because I was like, man, I walked out of my front door. I walked across Lake Eola, and this amphitheater I've been seeing since I moved to Florida, which I know it's not I understand it's just the amphitheater in Lake Eola, but coming from at that time in my career, performing nothing but bar shows, and seeing a part of the city that mattered to me and being able to perform there, it was a big deal. So, you know, Madison Square Garden, I think that's top of everybody's. But is there places like the Dr. Phillips Center and like the amphitheater that matter to you guys that you would like to perform at?
Can I be honest with you? Completely transparent. One of my goals is not even at Dr. Phil's, which I would love to do. Don't get me wrong. That's something I see in the future. I would like to headline a Funny Bone and it be my name that sells the tickets there. People came to see me.
Bro, yes, I
Just
feel that.
yeah, bro, just to have my name on the marquee.
To
People are like,
rock
well,
that
James,
weekend.
you've been there, yeah, but it's not them coming to see me. I'm just a
Yeah.
comedian that was hired to be there that weekend. I was a
Yeah.
hired gun, but to have people actually come out because I want to see James John and I fill up a funny bone. That's one of my
Yeah.
goals.
A
I
club
want that
weekend.
feeling. I
Yeah,
want that feeling, brother.
because we do the Wednesdays and we do the Thursdays, cool. But to know that you are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Funny Bone, 2 shows a night, and you're packing them out because people came to see you,
Yes.
100%. That's
Yeah.
another me and Ali talk about all the time. Like, you know, right now I'm on tour with David Jolly, my homeboy. I've known him since he started comedy.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of him. But we're both still looking at this like, hey, isn't this weird? Like, isn't this
Yeah.
weird?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
we're doing a lot of off nights and then we're doing weekends. And for anybody who's like pretty new to how comedy works, off nights is a big deal because they're trusting
Yes.
you to fill up the club on a night that they necessarily don't do a lot of business. And that's sort of
Correct.
your first
Yeah.
introduction to certain clubs, them saying, like, hey man, we will give you, they gave us a Tuesday night in Jacksonville. We put 165 people paid in there to see David Jolly. So now we know we will have the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. They already told us, hey, we want to get you guys back for a weekend. And that's what we've
Correct.
been doing with all these rooms. Well,
Mhm.
we've been doing this for about a year now. We're coming around to the other end now. Starting in about September, we have nothing but weekends.
Come
And the
on.
thing is, these
Yeah.
are
Come on.
weekends for people to see David Jolly. They are
Mhm.
going to buy. So every show, we got 2 shows a night. Maybe we're doing 150 tickets. Maybe we're doing 160. But it is a big deal from our
They
world.
pay to see you.
They bought the
That's
tickets ahead of
different.
time. They're
Yes.
excited to see him because
Yeah.
they are fans of him. Lots of people that come see me are fans of comedy and fans of the venue. Now, I've been
Yes.
very blessed because Real Late Radio has given us a way that we are lucky that we will put on shows and people from who are fans of ours from the radio will
Facts.
come out. But a lot of times when I perform on a Thursday night at the Improv and there's 150, 160 people there, that's
Mhm.
because the Improv said, hey, we got a good show on Thursday. And these people say, you know what? Let's go see this guy. But when you do a show like James said, and every single person's there to see you 2
Yeah.
times a night for an entire
Mhm.
weekend, man, that's definitely James up there with me too.
I want to know what that feels like. I do.
What about
Go
you,
ahead,
Jeff?
Jeff.
I've been actually blessed this year, man, because in Orlando, people might know me because of the law or the shows or anything else like that. But outside Orlando, they should know me from Adam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've been playing some casinos. And when
Yes, you
I'm at a
have.
casino and like the Island Casino in the middle of nowhere, I showed up, they had about 300 people in the audience. And
Mhm.
I'm headlining. They don't know me. They don't know I'm, Jeff Koff. They just know, oh, this guy looks funny. Let's
Yeah.
show up.
Mhm.
And when it's just you and you're alone, you get
Yeah.
to travel with your boys, which is cool. But for me, when I'm alone in the city, nobody, and it's, I'm a professional. I'm a hired gun that night
Yeah.
to go in and do the job. And I played 2 stages in Vegas, 2 of the station casinos back to back months.
Mhm.
And that was amazing to me because, comedy, that's where I've seen some of the best comedy on Vegas stages.
Talk
So
about okay. Yeah.
that's been pretty cool for me. And, this year, I wish I could explain my comedy journey and say this makes sense. I know that every stage, hopefully I get better. And
Mhm.
that's all I think about. I don't really think about, oh, I killed tonight. People walk out of there. That was amazing. If people liked it, when I see people at the end of the show, they go, oh man, I love that. I'm like, oh, great, man. But that's the same way I feel about my comic books too. When you
Yes.
buy my books,
Yes.
I won't go, oh, that's amazing. I'll go, what'd you like? What did you remember? And we'll talk about the book
Nice.
because that makes me feel as a creative, that's how I think of things. And it's not the law. It's not, the show or anything, but it's amazing. So I've been blessed.
And you truly have. You've been doing very well for yourself, man. And you are blessed to be able to do the shows you do it. And it's a different thing too, because of the level of shows you get to do, Jeff. And someone invited you to that dance, meaning that comic said, "I'd like to take you on the road with me."
Yeah.
We got to take a short break, but you brought up an interesting point. There's a difference between traveling with your guys and love on the road, and it's different when you're the lone man by yourself.
Yep.
Don't go anywhere, people. We'll be right back with more hilarity. This is Real Last, Real Radio 104.1. back, everybody. You are still listening to Real Labs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, Mr. James John, joined in studio with Miguel Colon Jr. and Jeff the Kaufman. I'm sorry, Jeff the Batman Kaufman. The Kaufman's a dope one too.
Whatever it takes for them to remember me. The Kaufman.
The Kaufman. Hey, we're just talking about the fact that comedy and places we love to play, and we talked about our own journeys and where we'd like to eventually be. And Jeff, you brought up an interesting point, man. Miguel, I think you're really blessed, man, because you got a real cool road dog you do comedy with, man. David Jolly's a fun guy. Jay Greca, two guys we know, we love, and hanging out with them, it must be a blast on the road. I mean, to say the least, right? Like, you guys probably got a rhythm right now going on when you guys
and
go.
it's cool
they
for
get
me
dinner
too because
they get dinner together.
Yeah. We cook at that, and then I've known them since they started comedy.
Correct.
So that's cool for me too, to know them since they started comedy. And I do have moments, Jolly and me the same age, but I do have proud older brother moments because I'm like, hey man, and happiness because I'm like, hey man, like I'll say this. There are dozens of great comics that Jolly knows from Orlando and hundreds more from the rest of the country. So I am honestly honored that my friend wants me to come along with him, and that it's because of the fact that we kill it on the road and we vibe together very well. And it's something I don't take for granted. No. And I laugh because, like when we get to the shows and stuff, I tell them all the time, like, hey man, let's be a Jake the same way. We'll set up merch, we'll do everything, because we know the more work we put in to make this entire show the best experience for everybody, the better this is going to be. I mean, this is one of the things that me and Jolly have said a lot, and that, we've both talked about is I've been in the comedy game for 15 years. I'm finally in the industry. Like, I'm talking to, like a lot of times when we get, when his management reaches out, I get hit up by them and they're like, hey, these are the dates. You're going to be on these. I'm like, yeah. The GMs from these clubs a lot of times know that I take care of like the logistics. So they'll hit me up. The big bookers from these clubs who book like the whole East Coast and stuff, they'll hit me up like, hey, you guys are going to be here, Miguel. What's up? What's up? When are you getting in? I want this. Do you guys want to do radio? And so, it sounds weird, man, but 15 years of grinding, making good money. We've done great money shows. I've done shows that made me more money than I'm making on the road now, of course. But, I got an email from the Irvine and the Brea and the Hollywood Improvs just a while ago. And they're like, hey, Miguel, and this is like the booker from all of them, like, hey, Miguel, these are the dates. What time? When are you guys getting in? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, who's gonna be in the big room that night? And they're like, oh, Nikki Glazer's coming in. Did you want to come check that show out afterward? It's interesting. Good. It does, man. It just feels validating. Feels good, and the thing is, I don't think they notice it. The big industry, like, they're just like, yeah, did you want to go to the show? We got, guys, let me tell you this. I was looking at the store because we're working on dates at the Comedy Store. And I was looking at
wait. First off, congratulations.
We don't got them. We don't got them. We're just the management's working on dates.
We're just looking at the dates. We don't know if we're gonna be there.
Hey, they're talking.
Just being able to talk to them about dates, that's a big deal.
But here, it's a bit like I wish I could. Jim has taken me on the road with him.
Yeah.
And Jim does something that nobody else has ever done, I think, in history. He goes, hey, knock out the same amount of time I'm doing. I do 45 and he does 45. And it's crazy because, you go in there and you act like you're a headliner. I've headlined gigs before, but he's really been kind to me that way. And he goes, Jeff, it works for me. The audience is here when I get on, and that's all I care about. And
shout out to Jim Florentine, by the way.
Yeah, dope Jim Florentine. He's been good to me, and I've been traveling, and I don't.
He's been good to all of us. We've all worked with him. He was gonna fight with Miguel once. Like, he thought Miguel.
Me and him were about to duke it out.
For what? What could you got in a fight about with him?
No, not in a fight with him. Oh, we were together, like a guy at a bar. I worked with Jim Florentine the first time I worked with him all weekend. We didn't talk much to each other. He was with his brother the whole time, and we were at the club next door to the. What was the name of that club that was next door to the bar over there? And off the hook?
Oh my God, Groove Street.
We were in Groove Street. I was like the third night working with him. Hadn't said much to him. He was real polite the whole time. and this big burly dude bumps into me, and I'm like, hey, and the guy's like, you got a problem? And Florentine's talking with his brother, beelines it right up, gets in the guy's face. He's like, what's going on? What's up? You got a problem with my guy here? He's like, why don't you get out of here before it gets worse? And he looks over at me and he's like, he goes, these townies, right? And just goes and it goes back to his brother.
Yep.
But that is a camaraderie that
But he's a good dude. We were actually
solid.
Yes.
We got to hang out a lot, and that's when I said when I said with me and Miguel that he's traveling with his guys, and it's amazing. You know, when I'm alone, I don't get that. I'm alone. I eat alone. I have coffee alone. I go to the room alone.
Yes.
You know, you alone. But you are the celebrity.
It's Law and Order and Lotion for me, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Can I fit in an extra?
After a while.
I've already knocked out 3. I got 4 in me.
Yeah. I like to end it on an even number too. So sometimes I'm like, damn, I
walk out of that room like Rocky. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel's like, I can't even finish unless I hear boom, boom.
Yeah, dude. Unless, when I knocked out so many of them. When I finished, it just went, you know.
Oh my God!
You know you're in trouble when you have to tip the people extra. You go, here's the 40. You know.
Yeah. Don't go in the room.
Don't go in the room. Man. Don't go.
This is raw.
Don't break out a black
now.
light or anything. We're done here.
But what you said is
everywhere.
That's so funny. What you said is so true, Jeff, because I love doing cruise ships. It's great.
Yeah.
But normally I'm by myself. So I'll go have a great show and I'm just back in my room going.
And people, the worst is if you've done a couple shows there, they know you. Like when you work at casino, I gamble. So I go to the tables after the show, but I normally change. And the people who've seen the show, sometimes they're gambling and they look at you and they're going, you just did my show. And you're and they go, hey, say something funny, man.
Nah. Okay.
You go, dude, I'll say something funny. Lose another hand.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to work and tell you jokes when we're not working on stage. Like, don't, especially if you ask for it. Like, hey, tell me something. No, brother. I want to be a human being like you and just hang out, man. That's about it.
It's funny. It's funny. I mean, and the worst thing is the jokes you make up on the road. Because this is what I learned from George Wallace. Always be writing. I mean, he's got a pad with him.
He got a pad all the time. Yeah.
And he's writing. Like, I actually wrote a 5-minute bit. And I asked Jim because we went to there was one restaurant in town. It was a prison town. So they had one restaurant and a lot of weird things happen around us. I said, are you going to use that? And he goes, no, I don't use it. And I used 5 minutes from that city to talk about the nonsense we were in. And he was dying. He was good. Jeff, that was funny, man.
And let's talk about the fact that how many jokes have we written as comedians where we're sitting around just shooting the proverbial ish.
Yeah.
And when jokes are flying and guys like, hey man, you gonna use that? No, you should put that in your set right there where you do this normal chunk. That would go great. Oh,
Miguel told me to use one, or I think it was Ken or Miguel who said, about being Jewish when they go, oh, not you, Jeff. Merry Christmas. Oh, not you, Jeff.
Yeah. That's Miguel.
Sometimes I'll walk off stage and James will be like, hey, that new 20 was hot. And I'm like, what did I say?
Yes. Every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
James, I blacked out. What did I
blacked out. What did I say? It was good.
Do we need to run?
Anybody tape that? Anybody got that? Anybody got that?
Oh, you guys want to laugh at this, man? I had a comedy stress dream last night. And, real deal comedy stress. So this is my dream, man. It's funny because I woke up, I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I'm glad it was last night. I had a dream that there was like an improv. It was an improv and it was at Disney World. And I got booked there. And James, I ran into you. I was at the park. And you were with Kermit Gonzalez, and you were like, we got a show here tonight. And I was like, what? And I didn't know. So I was like, oh, and then you told me where it was. I could not find it. And then when I got there, it was like a ride where they like closed the door, so I couldn't get in. So I was begging to like people to let me in. When I got in, I found out that I was supposed to have brought an opener, and I didn't have an opener. And then James, you were texting me being like, hey, you missed the first show. And I was like, I missed the first show. And you were like, yeah, where were you? And I was like, I've been trying to find this place. Then I looked down and I was wearing shorts and flip-flops and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not even dressed for the stage. Then I remember this part too. When the show was starting, the curtain was going up and there was like 3 stages. And I was like, which one do I stand on? And the guy was, you got the text message, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is my nightmare. I had to have done prep work. Like my nightmare is like I had to have read stuff beforehand. It was I woke up and I was like, and then I was all mad because Kermit was there. I was like, he's never gonna let this down.
No,
But
no.
yeah, man, I had a
It was your
comedy
joke.
stress dream.
That was your River Rapid joke in your
Yeah.
dream. Well,
Yeah,
you're
man.
supposed to do something and you like, oh, I didn't pay attention. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and it was really stressing me because I was like, oh man. And the thing that was stressing me was, to the core of it, if I was gonna have Dr. Amy LaCourt here and analyze me, the
She
thing
would.
that was stressing me was I had this opportunity to perform at this nice club, and I wasn't doing anything right. Like I wasn't treating it right. I was in
everything was wrong.
flip-flops and shorts. I wasn't there. I missed the show, and even during the dream, I was like, I don't want that reputation.
No,
I don't
no,
want the reputation of a guy who doesn't care.
no.
And that was bothering me.
Yeah,
in
but
the
weird,
dream.
weird things happen too. Because like I was at the Island Casino in Michigan, and the problem with that casino is they don't work on the time that you're actually in. There's a time zone you're in, but they don't count the time. It's weird because you're in a different time zone.
It's one of those places where it kind of.
I was supposed to go on at 8:00, but it was 7:00, and I always show up an hour early. So I'm sitting there at 7:58, and they go, "Hey Jeff, you know you're on in 2 minutes." I was like, "What? No, it's 6:58 right now." They go, "Oh no, we don't follow that time."
Island time, Jeff.
I was like, I guess I'm on in 2 minutes. But I mean, but I've had that brain fart when I get on stage. And that happened. It's only happened once. I was headlining. I get up there and the audience like turned on my opener and I was sweating getting up there. You know what happens when you get up on a lull, when you think it's going to be here. And the guy killed this person just failed miserably. And I hop on stage and I got to try to make it up for about 40 seconds. And I was like, just, I didn't even know what I was saying, but obviously it worked.
Miguel was there for one of my senior moments when I was performing at Vasani's. I was supposed to do my ending bit. My ending bit is I talk about big women, how they used to dress. And there was one girl that was big and she was a stripper and she had on a hot pink halter top. Now, normally I take my shirt off and I have on that hot pink halter top like the joke. But this time I had forgotten to put the halter top on.
It was beautiful.
I do the joke, take my shirt off. People are just staring. Like in disgust.
And Jeff, I realized it as it was going on because I saw the shirt in his bag, and I was like in the sound booth, and I had this giant smile. I was like,
"Yes."
He doesn't realize he's not wearing the halter top.
Nobody loves a train wreck more than Miguel.
Oh my God, love it. I was just like, it's all gonna burn right now. I was like, everyone, shh. Savor this moment.
Watch it go.
He took the shirt off and stood there, and there was no laugh. And you could tell James knows this hits so hard.
Something's wrong.
Shirt off, breast assist just in the wind, no laugh. And then he realized, oh my God, I don't have it on. And I had that one tear like the Indian in the recycling ad because it was just so beautiful.
The eyes of an angel.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, it's magical.
Yeah. Nobody moved. Nobody thinks.
As a comic, man, there is nothing better than watching my buddies that I know are good comics fail.
Yes.
Like if I know they're good comics and I watch them bomb is beautiful.
I caught James once we were performing at the corner, and I think James forgot his line, and he was like, I think it was like 10 seconds. He was just kind of staring out at the audience.
Yep.
And I screamed something at him from the back.
Yes, you did.
I said, "That's why you wearing balls around your neck," or something like that.
Perfect.
I mean,
and we got us back. It got me back to where I needed to be. Yep.
Hey, Kevin Hart.
Go ahead.
No, Kevin Hart tells the great story about Patrice O'Neal. Kevin Hart was bombing on stage at Boston, and it was quiet. And all of a sudden, Patrice O'Neal threw a phone book. He said, "Try reading this."
All right, guys, that's a perfect note to end this segment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. Everybody still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, James John, joined in studio by Jeff the Batman Kaufman from our official sponsors at Kaufman & Lane, your personal injury attorneys, and my good friend who helped start all this hilarities 10 years ago, Mr. Miguel Colon. Don't forget your junior because he knows who his daddy is. Miguel, we were talking about something that I wanted to bring up on air that we were talking about in between the breaks, and talking about when certain comics go from Orlando and they move on to LA or they're moving to New York or whatever. We'll a lot of times do roasts for these comics, man. And what happens is group of comics get together that know this guy, his friends and his colleagues, and we will roast. Now, roasting is a skill set that I am not built for. I will admit that right now. My hat's off to anybody that can do it, that does it well, because I do not know how to do it. So I will say no when people ask me, do I want to be a part of it? Because I'm not good at it, right? But I love watching them. And sometimes the people who participate in roast battles don't always do, or not roast battles, but a roast itself. They don't always do the best, right? We've all witnessed crashing and burning when people are trying to roast somebody. It's just not connecting with the audience. Like, we don't have to use names, but Sean Finnerty, a good friend of ours, who was on, I believe it was the Jimmy Fallon's late night show.
Yeah.
It was the late show.
Yeah.
And he was going to go, he had done well for himself. He was moving to New York and we were doing a roast. And there was a local comic who was trying his best. We won't say his name, but it wasn't
it's Viola, and he was dying. He was dying on the roast. It's on video. He was
on
dying.
video.
Yeah, he's dying on the roast. And as he's dying and no one's laughing, and it's going bad, Heather Shaw yells out, "It's okay, you can't do any better." It was beautiful.
Did the whole entire place just erupt in laughter?
Oh, yeah, it was the first laugh of his set. It was amazing.
And Heather's like, you see, that's how you do it.
It was just, there's guys in our business.
Yes.
If you're in the business for real, then you're in, whether you suck or not. Honest to God.
Yeah.
Whether you suck or not, if you're in, if you're part of it, if you are part of the scene, all these things matter. We know comics that have been doing comedy for 15 years that suck, that don't travel outside, that they're at the same open mics all the time. But whatever, you're a part of it. You're a part of it, man. I don't got to say who's in or who's out. So there's some people when you go to a show and you're like, who's on this lineup? And you hear that person's name, you're like, that dude, he been doing comedy for 15 years. He's never been good. And the ear-to-ear smile happens too, because you're like, hey, y'all gonna love this. Watch this school bus fire. You know? And that's a weird thing about comedy, because I don't know if it's like that in music, because a lot of times in music, 15 years in, you've never done anything. You're not on shows.
No.
You might, and bands break up and stuff changes. Yeah.
Oh my God. I got this buddy of mine. Oh my God. Oof. I can't mention him. Yeah, I can. He screwed me over enough. This dude is dying to be on stage, no matter what stage it is, to sing, to do comedy, you name it.
Anything.
And he's not good. I mean, he's really not good, but he's friends with, a pop star, and he's been living on this guy's coattails for a little bit. And we were doing a show, Miguel, and he goes, "Oh, I'm just gonna go up and do some comedy." I'm like, dude, you ain't on the show. And he goes to get up on the show, and Eddie grabs him from behind and pulls him. Dude, what are you doing?
No.
And everybody thinks that comedy is easy, and it's like you gotta fail a lot, man. Yeah, you might be that one guy who can be funny every time, no matter what. But normally, you have a certain amount of talent, and it either works or doesn't work.
There's a thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and what it is the less you fully comprehend something, the more confident you are that you could do it.
Yeah.
So like how so many people think, oh, I could land a plane, because they don't fully understand the process of it.
Yeah.
And I think about that with comedy a lot, because I feel like a lot of times with music and sports, you see how complicated it is.
Yep.
So it's hard to delude yourself. You cannot watch, unless you're just a liar to yourself. You can't watch the playoffs and be like, I could do that. You can't do that, because you're not in that condition. And when you watch music, when you're watching Slash rip it up on Sweet Child of Mine, you're hearing Axl's voice. You could lie to yourself. You don't have that voice, and you don't have those skills. But when they see us on comedy, they have so little knowledge of how much work and how much prep goes into it, or respect for it, that they think, oh, I could do that. Now, I'll be the first one to say, with work and dedication, I bet you could. I bet most people.
I don't know if you could.
I bet most people could be comics. I'm not saying they could be great, but
I
most
don't
people
know.
could be comics, guys. Most people could be comics.
I'm gonna say that because I've seen guys. You're right, Miguel. You are absolutely right. Because I have seen guys start off where they were absolutely terrible, had no charisma, had no stage presence, did not deliver well, but became some of the best comics I've ever
They
seen.
might have found a voice. They
You
might
can
have found
find a voice.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
most people can do comedy.
Yes.
But I'm not talking about greatness, and I'm not talking about at a professional level, but most people can do comedy to make you laugh if they respect it, pay attention, and work it.
An
And work
hour
at it.
is a whole different ball.
How is a different beast? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I get done with an hour, I sweat. I have sweat through pants,
Mm,
which is like, you know, where your money is wet when you take it out of
Yeah.
your pockets. And
Yeah.
people don't understand that, you know, your full commitment. Like I did a show the other day where I was doing this physical thing on a stool, and I said, "Can I do this?" And I had tested it out beforehand, so I didn't know if I could do it. And the Russian was there, and she goes, everyone kind of stopped for a second because they were going, is he going to kill himself on this thing?
uh-huh.
And it worked out. But I mean, there's a commitment. There's a improv. I mean, you have to do a set 100 times before you got it.
It's like I want to be the best baseball player. Well, what do you do to be the best baseball player? I
Yeah, you're not even Dominican, buddy.
That's true.
You know?
Damn. You know
Yeah.
what? You're right.
Yeah. Get it together.
Look at you trying to do something you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Wearing socks and thinking.
But even with baseball, you have to have good eyesight. There's a lot of things you have to have naturally. Like, you know, some of these players are huge to begin with. Some of them are just built like, you know, beasts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean,
But
being able to do something to the best of your abilities still doesn't mean you're going to be the best. That's something that
Correct.
people don't get.
correct.
The best of your abilities will put. Now, that's why some people push themselves to the best of their abilities and find niches in sports where they're like, but this is where I can excel. And that's reasonable. I think comedy is one of those things where I do think if you understand it, you can do it.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean you're going to be, because I don't think you have to be a funny person to do well in comedy, but it helps. It
Absolutely.
helps because
Absolutely.
we've met tons of comics who do really well on stage and aren't cool or funny to hang out with.
No, and it's a weird
they just have
thing.
the ability to craft jokes.
Correct. They don't really
Yeah.
have an
But just
outgoing
because you're
personality
not
on stage.
funny now, yeah, and I want to go on record. Just because you're not funny now and you constantly bomb on stage doesn't mean with work, preparation, and respect, you
Fact.
could be good at this, ladies.
I don't.
Okay, you set me up. My mouth was open.
No, I don't. I see guys like we see them all the time who's been doing the same 5 minutes for the last, 3 years or 5 years. And they're like, I'm ready to feature. I said, you got 10 minutes, man. You need a solid 28. And they look at you like they don't know what you're talking about. You go, you need 28 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't need do you have it? Oh, well, I'll just write it. And you go, man.
Yeah. But Miguel brought up a great point, though. He said finding your niches, and I think comedy's like that nowadays. Like you can, like you said, like in baseball, you can find your niche. I'm not the greatest hitter, but I'm an amazing outfielder. I think comedy's the same way. You can go find and make your audience now. Like there's guys, Baby Kells. He used to make videos about I'm Puerto Rican, what do Puerto Ricans do, and they took off. And now he has a Puerto Rican audience.
Yep.
Devin was a teacher, and he started doing teacher comedy, and he found his audience. People follow him because they like his teacher comedy. Teachers like this. So we're having a little bit of success.
James,
right now.
I've opened for enough puppets to agree with this statement. Okay? 3 different puppets, guys.
Are you
3
serious?
different puppets I've worked with. Yeah, I've worked with 3 puppets. And the whole time, I'll be honest, the whole time I'm sitting there in the back and I'm like, these puppets. They don't even respect the game. They don't blah blah. And then when the show's over, I'm like, "Hey man, if you need me to go on the road," and I'm talking to the puppet, not even the puppeteer. I'd love to go on the road with you. Hey, I can carry the box or wherever you live. You
Okay.
know?
I like guys who can do. Okay, man. If you're a ventriloquist, that's dope. But when you
No,
get
not
off,
even ventriloquist, James. No, that's the thing about these puppets I work with.
They're
You know how they work. The guy is behind a thing the whole time.
Yep.
I'm like, you're not even a ventriloquist. Like
Nope.
that's like that if you're gonna be a puppeteer, you got 2 options. You're a marionette and you're above,
Yeah.
Or you're the old school, he's like, oh,
You mean straight up puppet, like Jim Henson.
Hey,
puppet.
you know the puppets I've worked with, player. You wanted them weekends too. They were solid. Solid puppet weekends. 6 shows. We're getting banged.
He said solid
Yeah.
weekend.
Solid. All types of celebrities visited the puppet. I'm like, is that Grover? He's like, chill, man. Don't
Can
make
I
it
ask
weird.
a dumb question? After the show,
Yeah.
there's no meet and greet.
Yeah, man. It gets weird, man. It gets weird, yo. Yeah.
How does that work, Miguel? How you gonna meet and greet with the puppet?
The same thing. It's the black sheet the person's behind, and they're coming up taking a picture, and then the puppeteer dude's behind there sweating his ass off, and I'm just standing there hoping I can sell 3 t-shirts because I'm a goddamn human being. Bro, I'm not from Jim Henson's Creature Shop. I was made by God. And they're like, hey, man.
Whole time,
yeah, and people are like, hey, can you take a picture with me and the puppet? I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. Hey, would you want a picture of me? They're like, nah.
You're the weird one.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's 3 fine-ass girls in the break room. Like, I'm going to break that puppet. I'm like, what the? And after the show, I'm just like, hey, man, let me know. I'll come out.
God dang it.
One of the puppets was a goddamn bird.
No, Miguel, a bird?
Yeah, I work with Chad the bird.
And Miguel's just mad he got a bigger ovation.
Oh, the bird killed it. The bird killed it. I was just there like, God damn, he's got charisma.
That bird is good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the bird killed it. Hey, James, no lie. 300 people there to see Chad the bird.
Chad, I'm looking at Chad. It's not even a good puppet.
Hey, man, I ain't saying nothing. I'm trying to get more weekends.
My bad. I'm saying
hey. I mean, he's no Joselito, but he'll do.
You did work with Joselito.
Of course I did, man. Of course I work with it, man. If you're made of felt, I've rocked the stage with you.
That is funny, man.
I've actually, the Vegas shows right now, they have like Terry Fader and guys like that are still on. And I don't find that funny. I've been to their shows, and I mean, Terry's a talented dude, but I'm like going,
I think it's more entertaining than funny. I don't think I think it's just more, hey, look at this guy.
Now,
he's pretty skilled.
I'll go on record though. Jeff Dunham was funny.
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham was funny, man.
Because he put a touch of racism in there.
Just a tablespoon of the old school good stuff.
Hey, old school racism didn't have red dye in it, by the way. It just was natural.
No
natural.
GMOs.
No. Hey, guys, we got about a minute left. I want to give you guys an opportunity to tell everybody what you're doing this upcoming weekend so they can definitely support you. Jeff, as always, what do you got going on this weekend, sir?
Hey, listen, we have the Under Oath show on 3 different channels. We're going to have a good time. But we also have the Pirates game Sunday night. So Sunday night at 7:30. So that's Father's Day. But, all the fathers have already done their day. It's at 7:30. It's the night game.
They got their tie.
That's a good thing to take Dad to, though. Because Dad just wants to get out the house. He just wants to know that you cared enough to not make him barbecue today.
Oh, facts. Big facts, man. All right, Miguel, what you got going on this weekend, brother?
Denver Improv until Thursday. I'll be there the rest of this week. And then Friday, I fly back in the morning, and I do Secrets Hideaway with Kevin Dean and Sean Finnerty.
Woo, that's going to be a hot show right there. I am actually, my friend's going to be in Fort Myers. I'm going to be at Snappers Comedy Club this weekend. If you guys want to get some tickets, go to their website right now, snapperscomedy.com. We'll be in Fort Myers. Come check me out. Let's have some laughs. Let me put some comedy in your life. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. On behalf of myself, James John, Miguel Colon Jr., and Jeff the Batman Kaufman, we are Real Last. We will see y'all tomorrow. But until then, Miguel, tell them what to do.
Take your ass to bed.
And we out.